Hey guys, Hooked of RH Base Building here, and last weekend RH Base Building hosted a 40v40 community war for Christmas, and all the players of the community, both people who are there, just casuals to buy bases, and base builders and content creators alike, participated in a 40v40 two-hit war. It was heaps of fun. Today I'm going to show you some of the amazing attacks, and if you want to potentially be featured on a video like this one day, then make sure you join the RH Base Building Discord server, and when you see a tag go out for a war like this, you'll be in the perfect place to capitalize and play with the likes of me. We'll actually be sharing one of my attacks today, but we're starting with Eve Mark. Now, the focus for today's attacks that I'm going to show you guys is the Flame Flinger. It's the new troop, and it provides kind of an interesting it provides a new and interesting challenge for base builders. Now, Mark here, just queen charging into the scatter comp, and in the past, you'd either have to use your king for the town hall, or you'd have to Yeti bomb it, but neither of them you'd get all the buildings around the town hall. You could very easily get the town hall and a few buildings in front of it, but it's those buildings behind the town hall, for instance, this airbow, the cannon that you see that I've highlighted there, those would seldom go down. But with the help of the Flame Flinger, and as you can tell there, Mark used a Quake spell in the town hall. Look at how much value this Flame Flinger is going to go. You don't have to keep watching it because it moves very slowly, because as you can tell, all the action's happening on the right side of the screen here. Mark coming in with a Ground Warden and a Rage. This is kind of handy when all of the value you need for your actual Lalo is in the same area, and if you don't need the King for the Queen charge to help funnel her, then King, RC, and the Ground Warden is honestly just as powerful, if not more powerful, than a Warden with the Lalo. We pop our RC ability off there. We actually freeze. That was a bad freeze. I think he wanted to get the multi down, but look at this Headhunter, by the way. Nearly gets the scatter shot down. We pop the Queen ability, and look at this base. He's just deployed his Lalo, and there's 5 defenses left. Absolutely insane what Eve Mark did here. But look at the Flame Flinger. It still hasn't popped. We have a couple of Yetis come out and help with cleanup now. But imagine if those were like balloons, or most people are bringing a Dragon Rider and 4 loons. This base is absolutely annihilated, and it's because of that Flame Flinger. And let's see it in action a few more times. Okay, this time we're going to see the Flame Flinger used with a ground army. Obviously, not all of you feel comfortable enough to do those air attacks. So how does the Flame Flinger go with the ground attacks? And the answer is obviously strong. Now, how do you plan for this Flame Flinger? We've got a bit of time whilst the Warden, I think he's going for the Eagle here. How do you plan for the Flame Flinger, and what's there to know about it? Well, firstly, there's only a couple of defenses that can outrange a Flame Flinger. A Mortar can, but only barely. An Airbow can, and it's less barely, but still it's a little close. And the Ground Bow outranges it by an absolute mile. And obviously the Eagle, but I still haven't seen the Eagle artillery target a Flame Flinger yet. They very rarely target siege machines. They're much more likely to go after, say, well, in this army, a Super Bowler or the King, Queen, healers, particularly healers. We all know they love to go for the healers. But as you can tell, Warden Walk clears one side of the funnel, plus getting down the Eagle, which is huge. Comes into the middle, but normally, you'd have to use a Siege Barracks and a King on that Scattershot comp at the top 2 set of funnel. But we're using the Flame Flinger, and there's no long-range defenses in that compartment. And just watch how much work this is going to do here. Super Bowlers are kind of spread out really badly, to be honest. And the healers are not being able to all clump up on the same troop. You kind of want the 5 healers to be together, healing one troop sort of thing. And that troop will essentially never die. King's coming to the Town Hall. He's still got his ability. Unfortunately, we don't freeze. That was a little dumb. The King could have gotten so much value there. Queen's on the Town Hall. The RC's down the bottom. She's stolen all the healers, and she's just taken out that bottom comp. The Queen gets the Town Hall. Now look at this, by the way. The Mortar here will shoot. Yep, because the Mortar barely outranges the Flame Flinger. But because the Flame Flinger has like 0 health, the Mortar does actually take decent chunks. But look at this. So the Flame Flinger took out the entire compartment at the top. It's kind of like similar value if you bought a Yeti Bomb and a Rage Spell, plus a few Loons to obviously tank for Seeking Air Mines. And then the Hogs come out, and the Hogs take out 3 or 4 more defenses, and then they start doing cleanup as well. So the value in the Flame Flinger is no more obvious than in this attack. And it's going to provide an interesting challenge for base builders. As we've talked about some of the defenses that do outrange it, expect them to be more spread throughout the map. Let's get into the next replay. We have King Melvin coming in here. Obviously, you guys should recognize the name, if not from Tribe Gaming, from this channel, because he does a lot of the building for RH base building, and I've recapped plenty of his bases over the year. Anyway, he's coming in on offense this time. And he's coming in with the Super Dragons. I had to put a Super Drag replay in here because they are so strong at the moment, and they are so strong against this style of base. And I know this is a style of base that all of you hate. The anti-2-star ring bases, whatever you want to call them. They're a nuisance, and they can catch out a lot of players. But the Super Drags kind of just tear them apart. And you're going to see, yet again, he's using the Flame Flinger with this. And have a look at the value he's going to get with that. Also, look at the time. There's only a minute left. Yikes. And if you had a look at that deployment, I think this is something you all are capable of doing. He gets the drags to path to the Town Hall perfectly. That's not actually easy to do. So if you're not confident that they're going to go to the Town Hall, do bring the blimp. But if you are, trust me, it's worth your time using this Flame Fling. It's going to do work. Now, unfortunately, that Mortar gets a few shots off. And it does kind of look like the Super Drags are dying out. But they've also taken out the majority of the base at this point. Like, look at it. We're up to 75%. Yes, there is a fair bit for our heroes to get through an annoying Tesla farm. But as the RC pops her ability there, she gets through it. We've still got a Queen ability. And we've just had troops come out of our Flame Flinger. And they're going to help on the back end. Queen ability goes. She gets that Warden, and that's really the last threat. It's not an overkill by any stretch of the imagination. But trust me, on these ugly ring bases, just pick a side. Make sure you don't let the sweeper do too much work. Allow the Flame Flinger to do its thing. And you're going to walk away with so many triples. Nicely done here to Melvin. And this is the example of a base that's going to disappear. It's got nothing to do with the style of base, but it's this Archer Tower here. Have a look at this Archer Tower. And look what this Flame Flinger will do with the added benefit of that Archer Tower. We're just going to sit and watch. As you can tell, he zaps over there, but that's literally none of the interest. You're all able to pull off a zap spell. But have a look at this. So the Flame Flinger takes it an absolute eternity. I swear even I can move faster than this thing. And I am not the most agile of human beings. But look at that. Benj has just activated the Town Hall for free here. Didn't have to use a Skelly spell. Didn't have to use a Quake spell, which you often see people using to do this. And that just frees it up. That just absolutely frees it up. Now, we're going to look at the other side. We'll go back and forth. Coming in with a Warden kill squad here. Now, in the past, you'd often see this used with like a Flame Flinger, and people might sneaky the Town Hall. Not used with a Flame Flinger, sorry. Used with a Log Launcher, and then you sneaky the Town Hall. But I think this is stronger, because the one downside of the sneaky off for the Town Hall is you get no defenses with it. Whereas with the Flame Flinger, look at it. It's going to clear all the defenses in the area there. You didn't really need the Log Launcher for this Sui, because this Sui is destroying the base already. Unfortunately, our Warden followed the King, and the King's about to die. So the Warden, I think he dies as well. But it matters little. Flame Fling is still doing its thing, and the back end of this base is just rocket balloons, because obviously we zapped down one of the scatters already. The RC and the Queen take down the other scatter, and this is just a really nice plan. This is a really, really nice plan, and not a lot you can do to stop this, except in your Town Hall compartment. If you buy a base, copy a base, build a base, whatever it is, make sure the defenses that are in the Town Hall compartment, so this one, 2 tiles off the Town Hall. The Archer Tower, which was right here, as you can tell, there's only a 1 tile gap to the Town Hall, which means that the Town Hall can be activated. If there's that 2 tile gap, It is a safety net, and I'm pretty sure it's impossible to activate like that. Look at that, the Flame Flinger opens, and we're just using the Loons and the Dragon Riders for cleanup. May as well have brought like a bunch of Wizards or Valks in the Flame Flinger. I'm sure he thought that they would be used for the attack, but this base got absolutely crushed here. Unfortunately for Tosa, rip him. Lots of love to him though. Anyways, that's another really nice attack for you there. I've got one more attack for you all. Let's see what it is. Okay, final attack of the video. And yes, this is me coming in with Pekka Smash. Now, yet again, kind of similar to the Super Bowlers, but I'm going to actually do it in a completely different way. So rather than what we saw with the Super Bowler hit was he Warden walked corner and went through the middle, I'm actually going to Warden walk the middle here. Then we're going to Flame Flinger the top side and Pekka Smash in here. And because this is such a big compartment, I'm using the Pekkas, because if bowlers go in this compartment, there's no way to control their pathing. They could end up anywhere. But because I'm coming in with the Pekkas, you can kind of control them with the walls of the base. Warden gets the multi down here, and that's all I really wanted. Now, I kind of missed it, unfortunately, but as you can tell, I had a hog in this comp. I sent it from the top because one thing that can technically take down a Flame Flinger is a Tesla Farm, because the Tesla Farm only activates when it can shoot back. So if you send your Flame Flinger and then a Tesla Farm appears, obviously Tesla Farm's going to win that. So it's the one downside of it is really Teslas and ground Skelly Traps. So make sure you bring like a hog for your attacks if you plan to use it, so that you can kind of ensure that doesn't happen. Pekkas are going in really nicely. I've only just used my first rage because we're kind of chilling at the moment. It's always nice to get the eagle down early. Obviously, you want to pop your Warden to negate most of the damage in the base. And I was negating so much damage there. Scatter, 2 air heroes, a bunch of bows. You really can't ask for a lot more. All the Teslas pop, which means my Flame Flinger's got a free run. And look at how much health it's still got. There's still much value for it to get here. Unfortunately, we're losing Pekkas to the single Inferno, because the healers are, well, they're dead. There's one on the bottom side over here healing an Ice Golem, which is nice, but mostly dead. But we've also gotten through most of the base here. Still got an RC Queen ability, and I've got 2 Rages. We pop the RC ability, and then we're going to Rage. And then I try and do a sneaky invis here to get my Queen. The Queen just runs off though, typical Queen fashion. And then we use this Rage here. This Rage was swag though. Didn't need that Rage. I could have absolutely swagged that. And look at that. Do you see any Flame Flinger troops? Nope. Still haven't come out here. As you can tell, the Giant Bomb and the Skelly Traps do work. But I have 5 Valks and a Hog. And they're just going to go decimate the rest of the base. It was a little close on time. But honestly, it's pretty overkill in the end. Like I said, could have swagged the Rage spell. So that's it for you all today. You got to see some pretty nifty attacks. Mine was a bit more vanilla than the other ones, but you got to see some really creative attacks. All of them using the Flame Flinger. So I encourage you to play around with it as well, because base building will catch up eventually, and it might not be as easy to use. But as per usual, if you enjoy the content, please let us know down below. I'll be back with base links soon as per usual. But that's it from me. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and maybe we'll see you soon.